Good Monday evening and welcome to the Ncwlife Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And you know what? It really doesn't matter what weather window we use today. It's hot out there. I don't have to tell you that. A few high clouds are keeping us, at least so far this afternoon, from reaching that 100-degree mark. We are well into the upper 90s this afternoon, but just haven't reached 100 yet. And it may be because of those high clouds you see right there. Yeah, not much wind to give us any relief today either. In fact, we are under a heat advisory right now. In fact, it's in effect for almost all of central Washington, as you can see from Okanagan County down into Douglas, Chelan County, Grant County, Kittitas as well, Moses Lake, maybe 101 today. We might see that before it's all said and done, and not much relief tomorrow. So this heat advisory is in effect. It went into effect, I should say, at 2 p.m. this afternoon and will go until 8 p.m. on Tuesday night. More on this heat and when we might see a break from it all coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An 849-acre fire that broke out Saturday night in Grant County is nearing full containment. A 3-vehicle accident Friday night near Royal City sent 2 people to a local hospital, one with serious injuries. And the real estate snapshot for the Wenatchee Valley in June shows both the median and average sales price of a home is up over $50,000 compared to June of 2017. But first, we begin tonight. As of this afternoon, the Rocky Reach fire 5 miles northeast of Wenatchee is now 30% contained and is estimated at 3,427 acres. The fire started Friday night on the southwest flank of Birch Mountain. Chelan County Fire District Number 1, Okanagan Wenatchee National Forest, and Washington Department of Natural Resources, they've all responded and worked through the night. There are 241 fire personnel on scene, 15 engines, 3 dozers, helicopters, and 2 water tenders for support. As of noon Monday, all level 1 evacuation notifications for the Birch Mountain Road area, Sunny Slope, are canceled. This includes all affected residents in the Birch Mountain area. The Birch Mountain Road will remain closed to the public at the end of the pavement, though, until further notice, so fire personnel can access the burn area and conduct mop-up operations. Swakane Canyon remains at a level 1 fire advisory status until further notice. Ncwlife's Megan McPherson caught up with Deputy Incident Commander Tim Colley-Murphy earlier today at the Sunny Slope Base Camp with more on what conditions are like fighting this fire.
Hey guys, we're here with Tim Colley-Murphy, the Deputy Incident Commander. Tim, can you tell us about what has been the toughest part fighting this fire?
One of the biggest challenges for us has been the terrain. This is a steep, rocky country, and it's taken some time to work crews through that and make sure that we're navigating it safely. There's been some real challenges there. We've implemented some newer technology with using the agency-owned drone to do some reconnaissance, and it's a pretty neat tool that we've been able to implement to help keep folks safe and implement solid tactics on the fire.
All right, and how do you keep yourself cool while out there?
You know, when it's over 100 degrees and the relative humidities are in the single digits, it's real easy to get dehydrated up there, and there's not much shade on that mountain. So the guys are drinking a lot of water, and they pack a lot of it, and they drink a lot, and they have to take breaks, and it slows down production when we're doing that. But you really just have to watch folks and make sure that they stay hydrated.
And how can people prevent fires, such as when they're driving along the road?
Yeah, so often, you know, we know about fires from lightning and we know about the 4th of July fireworks, but a lot of roadside fires start on accident. Trailer chains are a big cause where people are dragging them and their safety chain comes off, so making sure that those are secured well. Checking tires and making sure that they're properly inflated. I've seen roadside fires start from blown tires. We've seen them happen from bad wheel bearings, and of course everybody's familiar with cigarettes, but you know, it's amazing the number of things that vehicles can start. So checking those tires and checking your trailer chains and making sure they're secured, and taking care of wheel bearings on trailers and vehicles is real important and helps us all keep everyone safe.
Have you received a lot of support from the community?
Yeah, just yesterday we had some young gentlemen that were 12 or so come in, and they brought us some cookies. And the Girl Scouts came by and dropped off some cookies, and those are always hugely appreciated by the firefighters. I've been on some fires, the Table Mountain fire in Ellensburg. We had some school kids that had put together little cards, and they were handwritten cards, and we had cards for almost everybody on that fire the next day. And it meant a lot to people after a long summer, a lot of work, to hear that thanks from the community. It really means a lot to them.
How can the community continue to show support?
There's a couple areas. The first one is going to be on 97 alternate. We have it posted requesting a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit through there, and DOT's been helping us with that in our partnership with them. And folks slowing down as they go through there, as we have, resources trying to work on the fire and protecting their safety, be really helpful to us. Also, the Birch Mountain Road, we have closed at this point. There's a closure on that. And, folks continuing to respect that. We appreciate that. We just have a lot of traffic up there, and that's actually, a real concern for us for safety, is just to keep that in place. And the last part is be careful and don't start any more fires. So practice good fire safety. There's fire restrictions in place in the county, and each jurisdiction, agencies in the county have their own. So make sure that you're checking before you go camping. Check if you're not sure which campground you're on, whether it's Forest Service or a DNR facility, call any of the land management agencies, and they will help you try to figure out, based on where you're going, what rules will apply. So do some research online and then call them, and if you're confused, and they'll help you get good information.
An 849-acre fire that broke out Saturday night in Grant County is nearly fully contained, I should say. The mile marker 81 fire ignited on Highway 17 near Lake Lenoir and Soap Lake. About a 3-mile stretch of Highway 17 was closed Saturday night. The grassland blaze was reported about 5:30 p.m. and grew rapidly in wind and dry fuels. The quick-moving wildfire forced Level 3 evacuations Saturday night and into Sunday at the Smokium RV Resort, while Level 2 evacuations were in place for other areas near the fire. Those evacuation notices have now been canceled. Soap Lake itself was not at risk. One outbuilding was lost and some power lines were damaged in the fire. Grant County Fire Districts 13 and 7, along with the Ephrata Fire Department, quickly responded to that fire. It's now believed that the fire was started by people illegally shooting guns near Sun Lake State Park. A 3-vehicle accident Friday night near Royal City sent 2 people to a local hospital, one with serious injuries. The accident happened when a vehicle driven by an Othello man ran a stop sign, broadsided another car, which lost control and was then struck by a semi-truck pulling double trailers. 2 female passengers in the vehicle that was broadsided and then hit by the semi were injured and taken to Samaritan Hospital in Moses Lake. One was hurt seriously enough to be airlifted to that hospital. Both women are from Gig Harbor. The driver of the vehicle that ran the stop sign has been charged with failure to yield at an intersection. Well, Pacific Appraisal and Associates recently released their real estate snapshot for the Wenatchee Valley in June. And once again, both the median and average sales price of a home is up over $50,000 compared to June of 2017. The median price last month was $323,900. That compared to $280,500 a year ago. The average sales price of a home in the Wenatchee market in June was just over $351,000 compared to just under $300,000 in June of 2017. The second quarter of 2018 ended with 515 sales year to date, which is an increase of 14% compared to 2017. The Wenatchee real estate market consists of Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, Malaga, Orondo, and Rock Island. Coming up next, with temperatures near 100 degrees, we'll give you a glimpse of what it's like to work outside in this heat. Wenatchee Valley College is welcoming a new athletic director after Greg Franz is retiring after 20 years with the school. And the Lighthouse Christian Ministries are hoping to move into new headquarters by Thanksgiving, but are still $100,000 short of their goal. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
Hi, Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. When you think of Alpine Air in Wenatchee, think of professional, friendly customer service for all your heating and cooling needs. Alpine Air partners with Carrier, manufacturers of some of the best heating and air conditioning equipment available today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Visit our store in Wenatchee, meet our people, see our shop. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back. And in other news, with temperatures climbing into the triple digits this week for the first time this summer, we wondered how those that have to work out in the heat deal with it. NCW Life's Eric Granstrom hit the road to find out.
We're out here trying to find out how the road crews beat the heat. We're with the Chelan County Road Crew, who's up here on Mission Ridge Road doing some chip seal work today, with the temperatures reaching over 100 here in the air and up to 120 on the ground.
We actually got our chip seal program going. This will be the first day on Mission Ridge Road to apply our BST rock with our emulsion oil that we're putting down for a new chip seal. Typically on our road temps, when it is this hot, we'll shut down the chip seal program when the road hits about 135 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. As far as the crews in general, we just really talk to them about safety, watching out for one another, stay hydrated, stay in the shade when possible, wear your hats, cool cloths, and typically our hours are from 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
All right, guys, we're here to find out how you're beating the heat when it's 100 plus degrees outside and you're working probably one of the worst jobs doing asphalt. How do you do it?
Stay hydrated and lots of sunscreen.
Lots of sunscreen. Okay, that's the first time we've heard that. How about you?
We do our best to try to find shade, but sometimes that's not always applicable. So yeah, like Troy said, lots of water.
So tell me how you try to beat the heat when it's like this.
I just try to drink a lot of water, always stay moving.
Lots of water. Yeah, try to stay in the shade as much as I can, and if I keep moving, it's always a better thing too.
I probably go through 10 to 14 bottles of water a day.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
So.
And do you freeze it, or do you?
I drink it warm.
You drink it warm.
Yep.
Do you think that helps you on a
Definitely, definitely.
Now we've got some do-gooders out there. They're going to watch this and they're going to say, "I'm going to bring those guys some water or something." Do you have that happen?
Yeah, we have had. The one that honestly I appreciate it, but I don't care for is ice cream. People bring us ice creams, and it's just the sugar and everything else. It's just like, no, thank you. I'll stick with water.
Besides, you have a hard time eating it fast enough before it all melts.
Yeah, sure.
Well, they're out here working on your behalf, trying to beat the heat. It's the Chelan County Road Crew up here on Mission Ridge Road. Eric Granstrom with the NCW Life channel.
We also posed the question on our Facebook page. How do you beat the heat? We'll report on the suggestions you have coming up tomorrow night right here on the NCW Life Evening News. Well, Wenatchee Valley College is welcoming a new athletic director after Greg Franz is retiring after 20 years with the college. Kyle Verk will replace Franz with more than 10 years of experience in college athletics, most recently as the Student Athlete Careers Program Director at the University of Notre Dame in Indiana. Originally from Pasco, Verk served as athletic director, head men's soccer coach, and assistant director for student success and engagement at Columbia Basin College in Pasco from 2008 to 2016. Well, the Lighthouse Christian Ministries are hoping to move into new headquarters by Thanksgiving, but are still $100,000 short of their goal. NCW Life's Dan Kuntz tells us more.
After over a decade at their current location on South Wenatchee Avenue, the Lighthouse Ministry has secured a 10-year option to purchase the building and property located at 410 South Columbia, just a block away from their current location. Earlier this week on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Sean Arrington told me the new facility was born out of necessity.
When you go in, you're at a meal at the Lighthouse and all the seats are taken. There's people sitting on the stage, people standing against the wall holding plates. There's been times where people are lined up to the door and then doubled back. You know, there's obviously an occupancy load there, and when we're feeding more than that in a mealtime, people are having to cycle in and cycle out. So the need was obvious, and it's been that way for a number of years. Ideally, it would be great if there were less people in need, but that's just not the way it is in this season. So a number of years ago, we were looking at just different buildings, Bob Rogers and I, and he saw this building and couldn't get it out of his mind, couldn't get it out of his heart, and so the process began there. It's been a long process of permitting and planning and getting everything drawn up in the way that's most logical, and it's going to be really nice to have something that's designed to meet the need that we're bringing to the table, and not doing it in a location that's not ideal for that.
The Lighthouse hopes to raise $100,000 from the community by the end of August. That $100,000 would then be matched by 16 donors who have pledged an additional $100,000, bringing the grand total raised so far to $1.4 million. The public can learn more and tour the new campus this Sunday between 10 and 2. Dan Kuntz, NCW Life News.
You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Eric Granstrom and our feature story tonight. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Stay with us.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
Vominos junk haulers, big or small, they haul it all. Vominos junk haulers are experienced at hauling junk from your household items to yard and construction debris. That old hot tub and eyesore, Vominos, will make it Vominos. Recycling is a priority to Vominos junk haulers. They'll haul away your old appliances and electronics. And for the do-it-yourselfers, Vominos Junk Haulers also rents trucks and trailers. Call Vominos Junk Haulers and Moving Service today to schedule your free estimate.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Monday. Jake Taylor's 3-run home run in the top of the 11th inning gave Wenatchee a 6-3 win over Bellingham Sunday and snapped a 4-game losing streak in the process. Trailing 1-0 in the second, the Apple Sox JT Swartz smacked his first home run of the summer, a 2-run shot. Wenatchee added another run at the top of the 7th on Isaac Barrera's RBI single, but the Bells would strike back in the bottom of the 7th with a leadoff solo home run by Connor Mack and an RBI single by Grant Holman that tied it at 3-3. The game remained tied at 3 until the top of the 11th when Evan Williams and JT Swartz got aboard. Taylor stepped up in a pinch hit role and with a ball and a strike on him delivered what proved to be the game-winning blow. The win helped ease the pain of dropping 4 in a row to the Bells, including a 13-1 decision on Friday and 2-0 loss Saturday at Joe Martin Field. Wenatchee enters the All-Star break with a 2-4 second-half record, 13-19 overall. 4 Apple Sox will represent Wenatchee in tomorrow's West Coast League All-Star game at Port Angeles. Corey Meyer, Mason Marenko, Curtis Bafus, and Jeremy Yellen North skipper Darren Westergaard of Port Angeles has named Bafus the starter for tomorrow night's game. West Coast League South coach Brooke Knight of Corvallis is going with his own Landon Barraza for the start. Game time is at 6:35. Wenatchee will host Portland in the first of 3 games as they'll start the second half of the season on Wednesday. Also in the West Coast League Sunday, as we go to the Les Schwab scoreboard, Zach Taylor was 3 for 4 with a double and 2 runs to lead Corvallis to a 7-1 win over Port Angeles. On the mound, Brendan Beck improved to 1-1, going 5 1/3, allowing 1 run on 5 hits and 5 strikeouts to earn the victory. Austin Bell's walk-off RBI double in the bottom of the 13th gave Cowlitz a 6-5 win over Victoria at Storyfield. Dutton Elk's 3-run home run in the 8th tied the game to eventually send it into extra innings. Michael Frias and 3 other Portland pitchers held Kelowna to 3 hits in an 8-2 win at Walker Stadium. Gio Diaz continued swinging a hot bat. He went 2 for 4 with a home run and 3 RBIs for the Pickles. Yakima Valley's game at Bend was shortened to 8 innings Sunday because of lightning. The Pippins came out on top 12-3 and swept the weekend series. Well, the West Coast League now takes a few days off for its All-Star game in Port Angeles. Interesting home run derby being held today at Hollywood Beach. Players will try to hit balls into the water near the Port Angeles Pier. No, there's no baseball field there. How they're going to set that up, I'm not quite sure. But the home run derby today, actual All-Star game tomorrow night at Civic Field on a baseball diamond, and that'll be at 6:35. Trevor Story's walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth gave Colorado a 4-3 win over the Mariners on Sunday, concluding a 3-game weekend sweep. Seattle got off to an early lead with 2 runs in the first inning on Mitch Haniger's RBI single and Denard Span's RBI double, but the Rockies tied it in the drizzling rain in the third on an RBI single by Nolan Arenado. Mitch Haniger couldn't handle the ball in the right field. The ball's all slick because it rolled in the wet grass, which allowed another run to score. That tied it. Manager Scott Service says that even though Seattle limps into the All-Star break, having lost 8 of its past 11 and being swept by Colorado over the weekend, he's still very positive about a 58-39 record.
The break could come at a better time for us. Unfortunately, we kind of limped into it. But I'm really proud of our club. I am. I think we've had a really nice first half of the season. These guys continue to compete all the time. Certainly had the game right there. Thought we had a good chance to win this one today and get off on a little bit of a high note. But we put ourselves in a position by the way we played in the first half to be in a good spot here down the stretch in the second half, and hopefully get where we ultimately want to go. That's into the playoffs. This team certainly has enough talent to do that. We're grouping up, talking to the guys right now. I think the big thing is to go take the 4 days off, go clear your mind. So you get mentally refreshed, and we come back on Friday to get after it.
Well, the Mariners will send Nelson Cruz, Mitch Haniger, Gene Segura, and Edwin Diaz to tomorrow's Major League All-Star game in Washington, D.C. Seattle returns home Friday to host the White Sox of Chicago to begin the second half of the season. Turning quickly to the Les Schwab scoreboard as we look at the rest of the American League West on Sunday. Manny Machado's homer, and Baltimore took 2 of 3 from Texas in Sunday's 6-5 victory. Detroit hit 4 home runs off Justin Verlander and beat Houston 6-3 at Minute Maid Field. Verlander's now lost 3 in a row. Oakland put together a 4-run 4th inning and fueled a 6-2 victory over San Francisco behind Sean Manaea, taking 2 of 3 from their Bay rivals at AT&T Park. And Clayton Kershaw fanned 8 as the Dodgers beat the Angels 5-3 Sunday in a battle of LA area teams. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom on the Ncwlife channel. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And we'll be back with your complete local weather forecast and more right after this.
It's a free walk-in job search assistance center. It is designed to help job seekers with the tools that they need to find a job. We have partnered with libraries in 5 other cities, providing the same types of services that we offer here, just there.
Just walk in, we have laptops, and we can help you with resume, cover letter.
All of our services are paid for by the revenues earned in our store. Goodwill is just a tool that the community is using to help their neighbors find a job. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas, and introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at 2 great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and Entiat. Tacos Chava, tan delicioso.
Looking for a hands-on, high-demand job? Now is the perfect time to get trained for a career in manufacturing. Washington currently has a shortage of skilled tradespeople, and retirements are making room for more. The machining program at Wenatchee Valley College is designed to give students the foundation to excel in this precision industry. Don't wait, there are only 15 spots left. A 2-year degree and a 1-year certificate are available. Learn more at wvc.edu/machining.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. And it's a hot one out there today. Temperatures nearing the century mark throughout a lot of North Central Washington. Once again, we're under a heat advisory that went into effect at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and that will run until 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Heat advisory means stay hydrated. Don't go outside if you don't have to. You could get heat stroke or even heat exhaustion out there, so be very careful. Let's take a look outside our weather window now, and it's, as we mentioned, very warm all over North Central Washington. There's a look at the the Rocky Reach fire in Birch Mountain that's scorched there in the background. Not much smoke activity from that fire today. We did mention earlier that it's 30% contained and up to 3,427 acres right now. We will update you on this fire throughout the night tonight and once again tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. But let's take a look at our weather now, and what we're seeing is a lot of hot temperatures, and they're really not going away, folks. Our temperature map today, remember the dark oranges and reds, our temperatures in the 90s and 100s. This is our situation today, and it's not going to change much as we move into Tuesday either. Remember, heat advisory in effect all day on Tuesday until 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Our temperatures once again could reach 100 degrees, maybe 101 and even 102 in parts of the Tri-Cities. Moses Lake could be very hot. A bit of relief on Wednesday as a weak cold front moves through Tuesday night. And I do want to mention we are going to see winds kick up Tuesday night as well, and a little breezy for Wednesday too. And that will continue our cool down as we make our way towards the end of the week. We're not talking a big cool down, but a lot cooler than 100 degrees. We'll probably be in the lower 90s on Thursday and into Friday, probably Wednesday as well. And that will feel very nice, about an 8 to 10 degree cool down as we move into the end of the week. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast tonight. Can you believe it? 72 our overnight low tonight, 99 tomorrow, and then there's that cool down. Wednesday, Thursday will continue it right into the upcoming weekend. On Saturday, sunny and warm, 90 degrees. Sunday looks beautiful, doesn't it? Sunny and warm with a high temperature of 91. And finally tonight, as you may have seen earlier in the newscast, we sent Eric Granstrom and Uriah Darby out to do a report on folks working out in these hot temperatures. Eric had a great idea of bringing a thermometer. What they didn't think of was proper placement.
Well, part of the perils of trying to figure out how hot it is putting a thermometer down on the road to see just how hot it is on the surface. Well, our thermometer did great until it got to 109 degrees. Oh yeah, we forgot to tell it to dodge the trucks as they came by.
Oops. That's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with your host Dan Kuntz, and I will be in for Steve Hare with all the morning's news. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
Hey Wenatchee, I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.